So here's he was sort of sat on the sofa on the phone, being loud, bless him. But anyway, so they live like sort of listen grovey kind of way. Nice place though. So this. No, what am I saying? This. So this decision. No, it was a big decision. C'était
une grande
décision. Because
il
est. Now, if I'm talking about him, it's going to be a masculine word. The first, masculine.
Le premier.
Good. Le, correct. How am I going to say last? Dernier. That's the feminine version. Notice your mouth is going to prefer feminines to masculines. How do I say first? If it's masculine. Le
premier.
Le premier.
Premier.
Give me the feminine. Première.
Première.
Listen to my E.
Première.
Good. Listen to my E. Pre. So how do I spell premier?
P-R. The other way.
Don't need one.
Don't need one.
Because
Why
remember,
not?
because both of those accents are above the line. Say for me mother, mère.
Mère.
Say for me father, père.
Père.
Say I prefer, je préfère.
Je préfère.
It might be slower, but it's still above the line. It's still an air. If there's no accent on it, how does it sound? Say I.
Je.
Gorgeous. Look where it is in your chest. Say the, masculine.
Le.
Go longer.
Le.
Lovely. Say the reflexive word for self.
Se.
Gorgeous. Is there an accent on any of those things?
No.
The minute you put an accent on it, it's going to go higher. Shorter.
Écoutez.
So the difference between the accents isn't about how high it is, it's about how long it is.
Okay.
Écoutez, mère. Okay?
Okay.
So if I said for you premier,
Premier.
lovely, now give me last, dernier.
Dernier.
When they're feminine, première, can you hear how that's longer?
Okay.
So that's going that way. Or dernière.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay, so it's length, not
Height.
a height.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
And when it's like double, which is rare, that's like it's like a pum, it's like a punch one. Okay, was that okay?
Okay.
So lovely. Okay. Wow. Okay. The singer called Aretha Franklin has lost a lot of weight. The singer.
La chanteuse.
Good. Now you've got to
La
go.
chanteuse.
Good. You've got to go pink, pink, or blue, blue. You can't do pink and blue. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I know in a transgender-friendly world.
Mixed metaphors.
I know people probably say we're supposed to, but you see what I'm saying. Okay. So the singer,
La chanteuse.
Appelle. Qui s'appelle. Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin.
Has just lost. Comes from losing.
Vient de perdre.
Lovely. Lots of weight.
Beaucoup de poids.
Good. Poids, P-O-I-D-S. Okay. Because,
Parce que,
in my opinion,
à mon avis,
she was too fat before.
Elle était trop grosse.
Feminine pink sentence. Get in, Ginny. Well done. Now, next thing. How do I spell était? She was.
E-T.
Say it for me.
E.
Oh. So how am I going to spell it? Did you like me pretending to be surprised? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Like I've not written it all my life. So spell for me était. How am I going to write the E? What sound am I going to have on the E? So first question. Think about it like this. There's two questions. Is it above the line or below the line? Is it ute or ete?
Ete.
Good. So we
Ete.
know that
Both.
there is an accent. We know there is an accent.
It's a short.
That's it.
Ete.
Good. That's it.
Écoutez. Ete.
That's it. That's it. Okay. So she was elle était. We've only got one letter done. We've got the other four to do. So elle était. Ete. How's the rest of it spelled?
A-I.
No, she was elle était. So
E-T.
Yeah.
A-I. I was just going to do the end because it's the was.
Yeah. It's a third person.
Wait, don't tell me.
What's the pattern?
She, he, she, T.
That's it. He, she, tea. That rhymes. I like that. I'm going to use that. I'm going to quote you. I'm going to quote you. He, she, tea. I like that, Ginny. Ginny has invented a new method. Okay. So she was too fat before.
Elle était trop grosse avant.
Great. Now, If I'm saying that the verb perdre is a soft hard verb that we know.
Perdre. Yeah.
So what's the soft?
Per.
Say it for me, perdre.
Perdre.
Work on sound. What's the soft of perdre?
Per.
Okay, so give me I'm losing. I lose.
Je perds.
Lovely. Now, how do we spell je perds?
J-E-P-E-R-S.
Now, you have done what no one else has managed this week, which is to remember that there is an S on soft hard verbs when possible. However, we often have to keep the D. So je perds is P-E-R-D. Now, you'll say to me, Luke, but sortir is S-O-R-S. But the fact is, in sortir, you are... Well, actually, no, not really, because I suppose with perdre, you're still... Well, you're losing an R and an E, but yeah, it doesn't seem fair. But sortir, perdre, so perdre, P-E-R-D-S, okay? Which is really, really, thinking about it with sortir is unfair. I can see why you went with what you went with. So per, P-E-R, the reason basically is P-E-R-D-S, P-E-R-D-S, P-E-R-D. How do you spell prendre? Je prends. P-R-E-N-D-S. P-R-E-N-D-S. P-R-E-N-D. So it's to do with these D's. We like the D's kept, okay? So prendre, okay? So lovely. So the soft is perdre. Perdant, perdez, perdre. P-E-R-D-E-N-T. We're great for the subject. We're great for the imperfect. Perdez. What is our rule for finding the subjunctive in a soft and hard verb? Use the hard. So say for me, Luke wants me to lose weight. I don't want you to lose weight.
How rude.
Okay, no, you'd lose your marvellous gifts.
My business.
Yeah, so how would you say, okay, so how would you say Luke wants me to lose weight, which he doesn't?
Luc veut que je perde.
Good. So basically, subjunctive will be the hard of whatever your hard is. We've gone to one other place to find a hard, though. If we couldn't find it in the imperfect, which hard do we go to? The new hard.
Nu.
And that's very important not to go to the they. For example, what's we come?
Nous venons.
Great. What is they come? Hard. Ils
viennent.
Lovely, double N-E-N-T. So if we wanted to say I was coming, do we say viennez or venez?
Venez.
We use the nous, don't we? What's we do? Nous
faisons.
Great. What's they do? Ils
font.
Good, well remembered. So for they, I was doing, do we say fonte or do we say faisait? Faisait.
Faisait.
One more. If we had prendre, nous prenons, ils prennent. Do we say prenez or prenez? We say prenez. We get it from the nous. So people go, yeah, but Luke, when you've got soft, hard, they is a hard form. Why don't I just use the they to find my imperfect? And you just don't. You use the nous. But for the subjunctive, you use the they. What is the subjunctive sound? We've just gone over it of prendre. Ils
prennent.
Lovely. So the subjunctive of prendre will be
prennent.
Lovely. So when you what's the subjunctive of venir? Je viens, tu viens, elle vient, nous venons, vous venez, ils
viennent.
Lovely. Well done, you. Double N-E-N-T as well, because we often double up the N if we've got the high sound on the end. Okay. So the point is, when we come to spell these subjunctives, we're going to use the they form as our base. So let's take, for example, prenne, double N-E-N-T. We're going to use that for our base. So I take is P-R-E-N-N-E. Yeah? How do you spell tu prennes? Subjunctive. What goes on the end? Good. Ils prennent, prenions, preniez, okay, prennent, like that, okay? Now the point is...
So, Luke wants that they take...
Yeah, now that would actually sound the same in the indicative. Luc veut qu'ils prennent would sound the same. That would sound exactly the same.
So they're the same?
Because
they will be the same?
The they more often... In a regular subjunctive, yeah, but if it's like Luc wants them to be happy, Luc veut qu'ils soient contents, or Luc veut qu'ils fassent leur travail, or Luc veut qu'ils sachent la réponse, that's generally the statement of my life. Luke wants them to know the answer. That's generally my reason, for my raison d'être. So the point is, what we're getting used to saying is, this is all from your soft, hard verb, but your E, ES, E, forget the IONS, ONEZ, ENT, where have we seen those spellings before? From the present. So for example, if I had Luc wants me to lose, Luc veut que je perde, how am I going to spell perde? P-E-R-D?
E.
Lovely. Luc wants you to lose. Luc veut que tu perdes. What's going to come here?
Yes.
That's it. They lose, qui perd. So basically, that's how we make a subjunctive spelling. We are going to start with a bit we know. All right, then Luc wants you to go out with him. Luc veut que tu...
Luc veut que tu sortes.
Lovely. Now spell sort.
S-O-R-T-E-S.
That's it. Subjunctive. Well done. Subjunctive spelling. Excellent work, okay? And that would largely carry on to the irregulars. Fas, F-A-S-S-E-S. One thing I was telling somebody the other day, and I was telling you earlier about how with tenses, you can't just listen to your ear, because your ear will tell you, yeah, that sounds right. It does sound right, but it's the wrong tense. Same with reading. You'll read a word in English, and you'll go, beautiful, yeah, that's right. Or page, that's right. All of these words you're going to read will be right if you're spelling them right. You just have to make sure you've got the right... Does that make sure? If you think of how many endings you've got...
Yeah.
So spelling can't be just done on, does that look right?
Yeah.
Because you could look at E... You could look at E-T-A-I-T and go, yeah, that's right, that's the correct word in French. But it wouldn't be correct for they. It wouldn't be correct for the I. Do you understand?
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about that, actually, because in the audio that you sent me on the WhatsApp for the written,
yes,
which I have done,
okay.
But there was a couple of sentences that when you said il se parle, and I wanted to ask you how I can hear whether that's he. How do I know whether that's he or whether that's they?
Absolutely no idea unless I said something else in the sentence. If I didn't say anything else in the sentence that gave it away, then you would be right in questioning it because you'd have no clue.
Oh, so I would be right not to know then.
Yeah, I mean
anyone would.
Well, I might have said.
Can I just quickly show you the sentence?
Yeah,
I mean, because it's been. I just wanted to ask you because you said something and I thought I didn't know whether I hadn't heard something.
Did I say the name of the people doing it before, like the men, they speak to each other, something like that?
You probably did, but hang on a second. So you said, il se parle tous les jours.
That's completely correct French, but did I say?
But I don't know. I don't know. I put it as il se parle, as in
perfect.
they speak. But I didn't know whether that could have been the other one. Il, as in he.
I gave you that in French to write out, didn't I?
Yeah.
So so if I didn't say anything else then it's completely my error. I just didn't think in my mind. Completely correct. Completely correct. You wouldn't have any clue at all. They sound identical.
Cool.
Yeah, completely. I should have just said les garçons, comma, il se parle or something to that effect, and then you'd know.
Okay, cool.
Perfectly
That's all right.
the same. How do you say he eats?
Il mange.
How do you say they eat?
Il mange.
Same thing. Brilliant. Well observed. Really well observed.
Okay, cool.
Perfect point. Now, next point, okay? So I'm now going to turn the page and you are going to...
Oh, un robe jaune.
Tu aimes bien la couleur,
Non.
cette couleur? Okay.
No.
Okay, so, right. I'm going to show you a picture and you're going to say 5 things about it in English.
Okay.
Okay?
Next one?
Say something nice, say something mean, say something amusing, say something whatever, okay? 5 things in English.
Bright.
That's a word, I want a sentence.
Okay. She looks really posy.
Good, she looks posy. If I didn't know how to say she looks posy, you can say, this isn't a natural photograph. Okay? Good, so let's think about the way you could say something in French. Okay? Good, next sentence.
She looks cheap.
Okay?
That's not very nice, is it?
No, it's what I want, it's an opinion. Okay? Okay. So, elle semble, she looks, or elle a l'air, okay? Now,
she has the look.
Elle a l'air, okay? Without being mean, you know, elle a l'air un peu pute, elle a l'air un peu, yeah? Okay, let's not be too female bashing, but the fact is...
Gigi Hadid.
Yeah, okay?
I know who it was.